Okay, page Daled. We're discussing Barichas the concept of in B'chachma that Chachma has within it the potential to turn into Bina. Because the Chachma contains within it also the ability to do Bina. So he show Masras V'Koyach Hazeh, which is about 15 lines from the bottom. הכוח הזה בחוכמה משורש בחינת הבינה שיש בכוח בינה בשורש של האסס בחינת נקודה דחוכמה בחינת הסרחוס הספשטוס. The fact that Chochma has that potential is derived from is derived from the Bina. The Bina has the power to make the Chochma should be misrachas. The Hine Yadua, the Bina, agam shakabelas na Chochma is asher shmichu b'fnei atzim in the Chochma. This is the key that he's saying. The Bina, the ability, the koyach to explain and understand, comprehend, elaborate, has a specific, unique shiur in the nefesh. There are two separate parts in the nefesh that are not really. It's not the pshat that the Chachma turns into Bina. Bina has its own source, which is above. Zeo hein beis amazolis mazel v'noitza v'naka shem shorish Chachma Bina. So right now he goes back. Till now we spoke about the nefesh, but now he's talking about Slamaila. So we have Lamaila did Gil Midas Arachmim, which did Gil Midas. They are part of Arichantin, which is the shiur of Chachma Bina, shiur of the spirits. Did Gil Midas. One of them is Noitza Chesed La'alofim, and one of them is Noitza Ava Mefesha V'Chato V'Nak. So these two midas, V'Noitza, I don't know why there's a Vov. I remember it's Noitza Chesed La'alofim, but it's very Kabbalah always says it. V'Noitza. Noitza V'Nak, the two midas of the Gil Midas Arachim and Arichantin, two midas of Noitza V'Nak, they're the source of Chachma Bina. Noitza Lashon Shmira. Noitza means like Noitza means a shamer, someone who watches. Noitza v'ayin b'chinas heder ispashtus. What is Shmira? When you shamer, when you watch, it means you block, you don't allow expansion. That's Eder Ispash. This is Nakuda. So Mela, that is the source of Chachma. So we had when we learned the first time, he said, is connected to what it says in Nasar Sadibas Oisachet La'alof. That Naka is connected to Oisach Chesed. So Naka is the name of the Srachmas. Okay, so it's a side remes to bring out how Chachma and Bina have two separate sources. So the way it works in the spheres, that Chachma comes from the mazel Noitza, and Bina from the mazel of Naka. One is Nakuda, one is Ispashtus. Okay, what does it mean? the idea that Bina comes from a different source says, the truth is, we can say in real life, Chachma is usually creativity, and Bina means analysis. Creativity and analysis are two different parts of the brain that they come from different places, but they work together. You create something, then you explain it. But really, the source is in a different source. Then it says more than that. Not only is it different, the source of Bina, the source of the ability to explain, to understand, to develop and analyze, the source of that koyach, the source of that attribute is higher than Chochmah. In the level of Chochmah, it's a nekuda achas. It's like it's a spark. The way it is originally in a higher level state, in koydem shenisgala, okay, that's another point in this mimer, which is which I don't know if how we can explain it in real life, but as a conceptually it makes sense that before the symptom that's in the state of Achab, kimen shleiba daine de gile ashpa seich, like shebal de gile, as rak shebal de gile, is nekuda. The fact that it's in nekuda is because body de gile, but before it's in the gile, it's in the state of isachos of ispashtus. So that is like we always explain. In other words, the way it is deep inside the nefesh, the way it relates to it, it's not limited to nekuda. It's in a state of isachos of ispashtus. So we see here that the isach was the expansion is before the nekuda. And that is the source of the koyach habin. The ability to elaborate and to expand comes from a point which is higher than Chochmah. Chochmah is in the state of nekuda. There's a level of Yisrachvos which is above the nekuda. So similar to that, the way it's in the mashal, the way it is in Koyach HaNefesh. He just said that the Bina has a source which is above the Chochmah. Same thing in the Nimshal, the shiur Shabina, b'Chochmah Stima, b'Bchinas Bina, there's a shiur Chochmah Stima, and an Ak. So in these two places, the Bina is a shiur Shalamayla Mishiur Shachochmah. So it's above the state of, above the shiur of Chochmah. And even higher than that, in Ein Sof Shalifnei Tzimtzum, we also say Shebchinas Atzmat Ein Sof B'chinas Mercha V'Ei Tzimtzum Shebal B'chinas Nekuda. So really, first comes the Ein Sof B'chila Ein Sof Memala Akel, and then there was the Tzimtzum turns on Nekuda. So we see that the Yisrachvos, the expansion is a step higher than the Nekuda. That's the way it is in the Ein Sof. So that expresses itself also in Bina and Chochmah, that Bina, the shiur of Bina is above Chochmah. So that gives because it's higher, so that gives the power into Chochmah, that gives the Chochmah the ability to be transformed into Bina. Like we said earlier, when a person experiences the Chochmah, that gives them the power to come up with a lot of sichlim, riboy sichlim, and asbor sichlis. That's the way we explain the Hoven b'Chochmah. So Hoven b'Chochmah means that Chochmah has within it the potential of Bina because it takes it from a higher place. Hakam b'Bina. Okay, so that we explained what Hoven b'Chochmah means. That Chochmah really has within it the power from above Chachma, from the source of Bina, which is above Chachma, to elaborate on the Chachma. Hakam, that we started the Sefer Yitzir. Oven b'Chachma Hakam b'Bina. So he says, one second. What is Hakam b'Bina? What is the Hakam b'Bina? In other words, use Chachma within Bina, ubitlays Soga the Bina. That in Bina, Chacham Bina means that in Bina, remember earlier in the Maya we explained that in Chachma, it's Ka'ava Lach, it's Bitl. Shenk in Bina is Chacham B'Yover, there's these spilers, there's Yeshus, but Chacham Bina means that he mamshed the Bitl of Chachma in Bina. Wush Achash after you reach the level of Bina, which is a Sagavana Mamash, Yesh Baze Pchinas Koyach Ma, Ve'ain Lechachma Shal Ma'ala Mesag the Bina. After the person understands, then he reaches this place where that he says he really doesn't understand. There's a state that he doesn't understand. That's an expression we found it in Kabbalah somewhere. What did you find out? What did you figure out here? שכבר ידעת, ובשפשת, בסוג המציאוס, you know it, but לא השגת מאומה. You realize that you really didn't get, לא השגת מאומה. You didn't really get the essence. זה דווקא כאשר לאחר הסוג, what state is it? לאחר הסוג, שמבין ומה סגיד in היתר ויצרח וסיבר והפות, person understands and comprehends it well, in a very expensive manner, a lot of details, a lot of specifics, but Saga Teva in a well formulated understanding. It really captures the thing very well. After that, to boil Nekudas HaSkola, then he reaches the ultimate Nekudas HaSkola, the highest level, which is above us saying, because he reaches the Nekudas HaTamtzis, reaches the essential point of the Hasoga, והיינו ששואל כל הפוטים דה הסוגה, ניחו להכל בנקודה אחת, שזה המושג אצלי, והוא מבחינת עין דה הסוגה. In other words, after you understand all the details, after you develop all the details, you reach the core point of what you understood. So that's the first step. Then the next step is then he reaches the original spark of the idea that this whole process started. ואזי בו אל עמק יסע בנקודת האסכולה ורואה בהשגוסך שעצם העניין והעמק בלתי מסכלל. בת מסגוסך לגמרי. So after he sees the whole arichas of the Hasoga, he realizes that the essence that he started is that's the real thing, and that's Salman Hasoga. The memash yad of Esig lo Esig moma v'abitus inyan v'amke. Sorry, I started about Bittul. So basically, Hakam B'Bina has two points here. First, it says Hakam B'Bina means the point of that through Bina, to understanding, you reach a state that you go back to the core concept, which is above understanding. That's Hakam B'Bina. Another point on Ina Bittul, then there's the Bittul, because the fact that he doesn't understand, that creates Bittul. So the Bittul that's a result of this Hasoga is not a Bittul that's a Bittul total Bittul b'mtzius. K'moy Oishet Etzboi, like the Gemara says, Oishet HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Malachim, Oishet HaKadosh Baruch Hu Etzboi, Aktan V'Sofam. So, but there the situation is that it's totally Sofam. Sofam is they lost their being. Here it's not that. Kim Shenisheres HaSoga, actually, it's Hed HaMetzias V'Yeshus. The Asoga stays, but because the Asoga takes him to the place of the Nekudas scholar, Mele he loses the yeshus, he gets the יעד האמיתי צבא יש, אם כן, זהו שרוי בהסוג, עצם אני עומד תוסק, כמו ישרום עליו בהסוג. So this is the state of the Hakam Bebina. Through the Asoga, you reach a level of Bittul. Zeo Isad, and it's ein the Chacham Asoga the Bina. Remember, we started the whole discussion in page Yudaled, Misachdim Zeim Zeh. First, he had a Arichas to show how Chacham and Bina are opposites, but here, now in the current discussion, he's saying that they unite. So so that's what it says in Sefer Yetzirah. Avein b'chachma hakam b'bina. The avein b'chachma means a chachma has within it this potential to turn into bina. And hakam b'bina is that the ayin of chachma affects the bina. Zeo isar das ayin the chachma asag the bina. Ayin the asag the bina ba'is pina madregit was ayin the chachma. The asag of bina is in the same level the ayin the chachma. Ayin sharoy ba'asag gosip is etzem musar built musar. והסוגה, היא בזה באמץ מסביטל בעד המציאס. That's the 1 second. That is the the condition where the beetle and the asaga come together. Not only that, but
you have it without Chokhmah before, right? Chokhmah has to be in the beginning. Then you could come with a so higher.
Yeah, first there's Chokhmah, then you get Bina, but then the Bina takes them back to the Chokhmah. Not only that, but the Bina is a mile Chokhmah. But it has a mile because it's in a state of Asoga. That Re'iyah, that beetle, the Re'iyah, that itself is in a state of Asoga. In other places in Chassidus, it discusses the mile of Asoga Samos over Re'iyah Samos. The Asoga Samos has an advantage. זה שמתאר כסיב חלום רעים וסקרילס, רינס הנשמע, שם נסניר. When you say רינס הנשמע, what does רינס הנשמע mean? מבחינס ריאה דחוך, מבחינס עין, ומארץ מבחינס שמיע דבינה. Interesting. He calls this, that's what רינס הנשמע. The ראייה is נובע שמיע דבינה. The ראייה itself is נמשך in בינה, שזה נחקם בבינה. וזה דווקא כאשר יש ביטל בסוגה. That level can that be achieved only when there's the beetle in that saga. The basaga mugushem sheini derek in that saga levad lo yavel good the time from the side the bina. If that saga would be in a magushem dik way, in a crude way that lacks the beetle, then he's not going to reach the good the tamtis. Lo good the scholar. Kochim shlevad the three. He's not going to reach that level of hakam bin. Kim davka the beetle saga. השעסוג מזבטר, אז מציאו זה לגמרי, כי מה בשפשת, עוז בו בסגוס, את מנסה אין דחוך. Wow, so here we learned the connection of Chachma and Bina the way the bittul, you reach the bittul chochma to bina. Okay, so that's the end of the second maimon. Now we're gonna look at the kitzur. I said, but the kitzur is not. Okay, and actually the kitzur, you combine the kitzur of the two maimon together. So let's go to the next maimon. See the kitzur of both. I think so. Let me But you know what? So can you open in the WhatsApp I sent you? I sent it on November 5th. I sent. You can see in the WhatsApp. I sent to the kitzurim. So over there we have the kitzur of the maimon we just finished. Vyne בכדי להמשיך. You have it. So it summarizes the
What
maimon.
page?
What?
What page?
But page? Which page where?
The kitzur. You're reading from where?
No, this is not a page. The second paragraph. Vyne בכדי להמשיך. You see? Right in the beginning. Vyne בכדי להמשיך.
So while you're continuing the Maimor, no? After והנה שהוא במוחין, or I missed it.
What?
I missed what you mentioned. Huh?
There's a kitzur. The first paragraph in the kitzur starts מן המצע קורסתי. בפוסק נאמר בייס פעם. The second one is והנה בכדי להמשיך. You see that?
You're reading from inside, no?
I'm reading from the kitzur. It's online on WhatsApp.
It's
a
WhatsApp.
Hey.
Oh, it's a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On Monday?
Go to the WhatsApp. No, 1 second. On Monday, 1 second. On Monday, I put something else.
So on which day?
Not on Monday. On Monday, I put
Yeah, November 5th, okay.
The letter of the Rebbe. About Nefesh Elikist, about the Lev. But the one before Monday, November 5th, here.
It's shichus.net.
Right. But here, if you look up, if you see the second paragraph.
והנה בכדי להמשיך.
Exactly. Okay, so let's read these 3 paragraphs. It's a kitzur of the maimon we just finished the second time. להמשיך לסקרנל, יתקרנל, אמר ידי התשוב, לכן הם פסק לפני תקרס שפר שעניין התשוב, ועדי התשוב, המשיך לשם הווי שבאצץ. That's the beginning of the Maimon, right? Biorinen יש להקדים, then there was a whole paragraph in the beginning of the Maimon, it spoke about the difference in tzadikim בעל התשוב. להקדים שפר עם tzadikim בעל התשוב, עם tzadikim מבחינת זרע אודום, שם מבחינת מה, שאין ארץ הדבוקים ממקרים, remember he spoke about tzadikim, about tshuva, ma or ban. So ma is eretz hadvukim mukar. About tshuva, p'chinas shem ban, shep'chinas hakeli. Gam p'chinas ha'er, ha'eres she'enim dvukim mukar. כמו p'chinas ha'malchus. וגם ה'eretz ha'toyem p'chinas shem ban. voye b'mashviro, eretz ha'toyem b'shviro, כי p'chinas יש משאוין. מזה נשתל שלמטה p'chinas p'soiles, p'chinas pirud mamash. From the areas that tell you, because it was in a state of Yeshus, that created the shiur, that created the shiur. לכן היה shiur בארץ התוירת, רק על ידי השבירה, לכן בארץ התוירת לסבר על ידי שמה. We had one page discussing the concept of Tzoyin Tikkun, Ma or Ban. That was introduction. Then he got into this long discussion of Chachma and Bina that we're in the middle of now. Yuvam Begdim Chachma Bina, Chachma Oyes Mahus Adova, Loy Pnestam Vastoga. Chachma is Mahus, not above Tam. A bit of the Chachma bit of Mitzias Neshoy Mahus Adova. That's why it's bit of Mitzias. We Pnes Krios. Chol Atzme in Pnes Noves Pilos. The essence, when you see the essence, it has a state of movement and excitement. So Bina Eipach, in Yana Saga. Tzius v'chmimus. Bina Scham v'yovash. Shasaga p'nis Tnuah v'Ispilus, p'nis Eim Aval v'Smecha. There's the Tnuah and Ispilus and Simcha. K'moi sh'chachma Bina v'afachim zeh, just like Chachma Bina itself are opposites, k'moi kin v'afachim b'polos and b'lev. Also, the way they affect the heart, they're also opposites. The Chachma nasa p'chinas dveik. There's a few typos here. Okay. That Chachma nasa p'chinas dveik, shemizdabek m'meilam, it's the oil of loy regeshatzi. That the Chachma connects you in a way of dveikus, berach m'meilam, milamayla, not from the milamata. The Bina nasa ispayos krish be'esh. Bina is ispayos krish be'esh. In other words, so again, sign in the seichel shebedava, and also in the effect it has on the midas. Chachma creates beetle, and Bina creates ispayos krish be'esh. But at the same time, that's the last part of the Maimah, that it's also they unite. Chachma makal seichel tam de Bina. Lacha saga de Bina yachalav and kodas askol. So you ordered very bekitza. Number one, Chachma is the marker of seichel tam de Bina, because of in Chachma he didn't write that down, that the Chachma really takes it from the sherish of Bina, which is above Chachma. And Bina, Lacha saga de Bina yachalav and kodas askol. The day shel supporting the day shetem in a mus klap. He reaches the state that he reaches the state where he this is a point that we really didn't elaborate. There's a lashon we just learned today. I'm not sure what it means. Shel supporting means that after you understand all the details, then you forget the details. You want to get to the point. What was the underlying premise?
But this is only about a likus, though, no? That the meaning is higher than understanding.
No, not only. I don't think
it's any idea.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how to explain it in real life. But it sounds to me that it describes a certain process in our mind when we understand something. That's a description of a certain process. How it works, the pile, and I'm not sure. I guess this is the process of understanding things. No, it's not just a likud. It's all part of a process of understanding anything. It's all a process that happens in your mind. It gave us a lot of details, which, like I said originally, I don't know how to translate it into a real life. We can understand conceptually. It makes sense that after you understand the details, you get deeper. What is really the underlying premise, etc. All these things, they make sense as a formula to explain how it works. But the experience what?
It makes sense that this is also in Gashmi's life. Sometimes a person is having a sharp head, so he's supposed to follow these dargis.
Maybe some people can reach it. Okay. The idea bit of the Bina Magiel and the Kodesh Pchina the Chachma, the Chibur Chub, then what's the Chibur? The Sheresh Abin al Mana Misheresh Chachma, Sharif Nana Kodesh Chachma, Pchina Mecha, Mishom Sheresh Bina. Okay, this kitza is a little it's not final. It looks like it's not really fully developed. But okay, so we got in this minor. There was a few. He jumped. There was a few concepts that they discussed. He moved from one to the other. He started talking about tzaddikim b'alei tshuva. Then he spoke about Mao, Ban, Toy, and Tika. Then he says, "Yuvim be'egno chachma bina." Chachma bina are opposites, and they're opposite, and they unite. They not just interact, they call off each other. So it's like we got into a few.
Written by the Rebbe, right? It was
What?
not written by the Rebbe.
What? No, that's somebody wrote down. Just easier for us to self-summarize it. No, it's not written by any Rebbe. Okay, let's go further.
Why is that not printed in the book, in the Sefer?
It's a mistake. If you look at page 17, the next mimer we already have the kitzur, but for some reason the first two were mistake, fell out. In the next print we'll put it in. Okay. What?
The kitzur is at the end or in the beginning?
No, in the beginning. Look at page 17. The next mimer is already there, but the first two mimerim didn't, by mistake, didn't make it. So it's going to make it the next print. All right. Just like we just discussed now, אם יש נהפוכים זה מכל מקום, עדי ביטלו יש אז דבינה, הם מסערנו זה עם זה ליסבינה וכנס עין כמו החוכמה. So we described just now the way the ayin, the bina reaches the ayin of chachma to the bit of the yeshas. Kamoiken and pa'ulas chachma bina b'midas shebelev shes ba'al yish shemenis hafochim. Similar to the same way, same way. Chachma bina are two hafochim. In the pa'ula belev, one pales bitl, one pales spilus, just which are hafochim. He says, Yochalia is a gam she's bad. You can reach it can reach a state of unity between both of these opposite streams, modes. In the top of page Dalet, it describes very clearly how these two feelings are opposites. One is yeshus, is pilus, and one is bittul, and one interferes with the other. He says, but really, if the bina is also in a state of bittul, so then it can unite with the bittul of chach. So then he's going to elaborate on this concept. The person is in a state of spilus, which is excited in a way that he feels it in his heart. That's really a mixture of good and evil. The Spaz Halev really has a combination of two things. Mortgage means he feels, which is like in a way a negative thing, that he feels himself. He's part of the game. He feels that he's part of the process. At the same time, what is the purpose of that argasha? What does he feel? He feels the chayes aliki. Im shazaba eineg aliki be'etzem hasaga v'izboinus. The chayes aliki, which is a result of the geshmak, of the delight from the etzem hasaga v'izboinus, from the understanding and the contemplation and the meditation. Shemeir etzloi ha'ineliki, the godliness shines in his mind. B'meila misaneg ala aliki. He derives pleasure and delight from the aliki. Like it says of the law that in the Gan Eden the shamas nenin miziv hashchina. They enjoy, they derive pleasure, they derive delight from it. And that geschmack, that tainug and delight, that delight in turn causes a feeling of ava. You have a desire and a love. with some of nafsh. Chena ba'aveda pnimis. So it broke it into two parts. One is the saga, and then chena ba'aveda pnimis, and that also in the feeling, I guess. Kasher meres early kim isan early kus. Not that the mind what shukada. So that creates tzimoin shuk shayesh even ba'aveda shemarav tzimoin ba'gilui oyer shebenafshe shadei saga, which goes on la'macher. So basically, he's breaking it into two different ways. There is a situation that Marabat Simaina is not thirsty anymore. He's satisfied. The fact that he feels the asaga, that gives him satisfaction. He's happy. He's not thirsty anymore. He's happy. He's contained. He got what he wanted. In a zebach chitzonius asaga, that level of ava, that's only in chitzonius asaga. That's when he understands in an external way. But if he reaches deeper, the pnimis in a koma, the more he feels godliness, and was the Indian is by sehr klar. Yes, the more he is delighted, the more he's the early kid, the inspiration shines. It's him more. That it's not that triggers a deeper state of thirst. Creates a thirst and a strong desire. That his heart is burning, flame. So okay, so this, just like in the Seichel, he described something which I'm not sure I can relate to this. Now he describes the feelings of the person who reaches a certain state of emotional connection to the cause. So he says, the more you get it, the more you connect, the stronger desire to get more, to get higher. Then the ultimate reason for this, the strength of the desire, because when you get deeper into understanding it, so that makes you feel the mile, the ilu, the greatness of the likus. So the thirst is stronger than the fact that he already, I think that's what it means, the fact that he already satisfied his tzimoin.
I'm sorry, and also on the first line, it says the tainut, that's from the more he learns, the more there is a tainut and la'or. Beside the Simon also.
That it says the opposite. What he's trying to say is that the tainut brings more tzimoin.
That was the previous page, but here on the page Ted Zayin, the first line, if you start from the line before, you have
to finish the sentence. The more he's misaneg, the more he's misaneg, the more his tzimoin gets stronger.
Oh, okay.
He breaks it into two separate reasons why the deeper, talking asaga pnim, is why the deeper connection creates a stronger thirst. Interesting. It says oi, two different parts. Wow. Okay, that's again like so we now He says two things. The number one, that's the lashon. Then he says, I guess there are two parts. One is when you're closer to the thing and you enjoy it and you the delight, so you that tells you how great it is, so you want more of it. So that's step one. And step two is when you're so close to it, you realize there's something there that you can never reach, you can never understand. So that makes the tzimon even stronger. I think these are the two types, he says it. Oy, so that's one point. Oy besimcha v'tuv levov mikirvos ve'avos ezois be'elikim chayim. Where's the oy? Okay, the oy applies to before. Okay, so again, there's two things. Number one, yet simoin et shukas nafshe b'yaiso. So the simoin is stronger because he's deeper. Oy, another thing is the simcha v'tuv levov. It creates a very strong feeling of joy. Because he feels so close to the Eibishter. It's similar to the simcha and the eineg that's a result of the understanding, of the proximity.
I'm sorry, what's the first part of the O? The O goes on what? This or this is the O. The O is what on the
before the yes, exactly. Before the parenthesis. Yesei et Simon et shukas nafshe b'lev boy kirboy. Oy besimcha v'tov levov. So the Simon is the simcha. The afal pi. It's a very long sentence that that is in the middle of explaining. Remember, we started quite a long sentence. Started explaining how the spilus is a gam she'inyan l'agish atzmai. At the same time, it's in the state of bittul. So that's what he's elaborating here. How the spilus, which is a result of bina, eventually brings it to the bittul. So all this arichas is to elaborate on that point. Let's see how he gets there. The afal pishababa morgash ba'atzmai. The simcha is again morgash ba'atzmai. He feels it within himself. So that the is a tnua of yeshus. Ein ze kechesed al garmei ovid. Okay. So he says it's not the type of chesed like it says in Tanya legarmei ovid. It's not really for his own sake. It's not that he's happy because he is part of the equation, because he's satisfied. He's happy because the Eibishter is happy. For example, the person is happy because he made a mitzvah or learning Torah. It's true that he's happy and it makes him feel good. Ain't the pure Talmalikus. That's the point he's making here. That it's taka simcha. First it's said simoin for sure they're in a bittul. And even if there's a simcha, the simcha it's not happiness for yourself. You're happy because because you're happy that you fulfill the Eibishter wants. The mele ain't a period. There's no period here. The imeyos now he digs deeper into this. Imeyos the amitis avei the classes no roch lo yetzer. The amitis avei is last is nachas roch lo yetzer. Just thinking about the yetzer. K'mayim nachas roch lefone shemati nachas yitzeni. Oy liad kutsh b'chem shchimti tachtein. Which goes to makamach. So the ultimate. What's it? Amitis avodah, the ultimate avodah is that you don't think about yourself at all. So why should you be happy, or why should you have any feeling? כששמח בשיחת המצווה, מפני שאוהב מצווה שמח בזה שמקיים את ציינס בו. אוהב מבחינת האוהב והגיל לשמר את היתר מצווה, it's interesting, it says oy. It's like two separate ways of understanding it. Either it's he's שמח שמקיים את ציינס, more than that, he's שמח מבחינת האוהב והגיל לשמר, he's שמח את האוהב והגיל. אין זך לספירת חס ושלום, עד הרבה יעבוד הטוב. So that's the way it is בכלל. נעמיד את העבודה. כמוי כן האבא והשמחה בעבודה, הרי השמחה והאבא ללקים אימו. The שמחה והאבא, it's not for yourself, it's for the אבא. שהרי השמחה והאבא, אין זה מה שלא טוב. It's not about what he enjoys, what's beneficial to him. היינו שאין בהרגש הזה בעבודה פנימית שלא טוב הדבר. It's not that he's enjoying the fact that he derives benefit. You're just happy with the Eibishter. What's wrong with it? If he also enjoys it, I never even have a simcha. All right, is interesting language. אבל כאשר ספיילוס ליבה בהגות הזו בשמחה ואהבה בתפילה ותמיד צעק רק להרגש עצמם על המדרגה הזו להסכנס יש ודבר גודל וחושב ולסמייתי וליבה מה שהגיע לזה שאין בזו לא סוי שאין קוט נרקם ממנו ויגביל ליבה ויסנסה מזה. Okay, it's a very long sentence, but it says, so we just finished saying there is a state where he's doing it, he's partially enjoying it because lots of such kind. Then even if he enjoys it and he's happy, that doesn't interfere. It's not mafing for the kus. But what happens if he does it? If he wants to feel that he achieved something, that he feels that he is an important person. He feels good about himself that he reached a state that someone else didn't. And that can give him also some gaiva. That is Rav Yeshas Mamish. Abu is spice like this, but Simcha is belikus. But real Simcha is belikus. Agam shel zaben morgish em is a klar kun esat toib. Sharei gam המורגש הרגש הליקי, but Simcha is a nefesh halikus. Because it's like it's going back and forth to point out both sides of it. There's on one hand, you have to make sure that the good feeling that you have, the happiness, the joy, the delight, does not contain in it all these negative things. He said that he feels good about himself, that makes him feel important and better than other, etc. That is negative. But if he just enjoys it without all these side issues, then it's nothing wrong with it. You do the base of Ispilus Hamida, it's like actually kill much Ispil. Shai days there, I'm more ashamed of the Yeshus. So that's something, you see, that's especially the Rebbe Rashab, this Mamorim always talks about Ergesh Aleki. It's a certain state of being that you feel, there's feeling, there is excitement, there is a certain mode of satisfaction, but it's not him. It's not about himself. It's actually key.
He said it. That's the inyan from Ivdu is Hashem b'simcha. It has to start with Kabbalah Saril, but then the Iker is in Simcha.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure. But the point is, what the Simcha itself It's a dark is the good thing. You have to make sure that the happiness is very clean from any negative thing, like you just described. He doesn't feel good about himself that he managed to reach such a level. That's number one. He doesn't feel that he's better than someone else because he managed it, the other didn't manage. These parts are terrible. That's Ra. That's Yeshus. So the happiness has to be very clean and not and exclude the negative parts.
Also,
What?
Kirvas Elokim Litoiv is also included in that. It doesn't mean li, because he's saying
Okay, now, you're saying something now which maybe true, but that's not what it says in this mimer. This mimer he constantly says that loy toiv. Sometimes loy toiv, but in a way, it's a subtle type of difference. Ein ze masha loy toiv. That's what he's trying to say. It says clearly, ein ze masha loy toiv. Ein ze shay masha loy toiv. Shazam masha loy v'satzim. What's emphasized here? Is it me? Or is it Elikus? It's a subtle.
So maybe difference. It does not mean it means he's saying here. Because after that he's saying Shati B'Shem Elokim Machsi.
Okay, now I want the pshat and pasuk. Okay, that's a different. Okay, you know what?
Also, if I can add, says the Kirvas Elokim, it's the Kirvas Elokim that's good. Not the true. It is that you're enjoying the Kirvas Elokim, not that he's the only one. So that the goal is the Kirva, not he himself. It's fitting the same thing.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Fine. No, I'm not arguing with you. Just I'm saying he uses very elaborate language to describe the subtle difference between where is the beetle and where is the yeshus. All right. We'll continue tomorrow.
Shkoyach.